What's up, guys? How's it going? The Movie Nerd 85 here. Hope you guys are doing okay. Figured review I would do today won't be a very long one, but I want to go ahead and cover what I personally think is one of the scariest movies of all time, in my opinion. We're going to briefly talk about all four Conjuring films and how I feel about them. I'm not going to talk about the Annabelle or any of the movies in that universe like The Nun. I'm just here to talk about The Conjuring 1 through 4 briefly. And yes, I saw the new one today, opening weekend, so we'll get to that. Kicking it off with the original back in 2013, I remember a coworker said to me, "That is some scary shit." And guys, before we get into this will be a spoiler review for any of those that have not seen any of these movies. This is a spoiler review. So you've been warned. But anyway, coworker goes, "You want to see some scary shit?" I said, "Try me." I've seen Insidious, Paranormal Activity, The Blair Witch, which also scared me, but I said, "Try me." She said, "Watch The Conjuring." I said, "The Conjuring?" I said, "What the fuck is The Conjuring? I never even heard of that shit." And she goes, "It's some scary ass shit." She's like, "You need to check that out." Well, I didn't first. And then they had a used Blu-ray copy in the mall. And it was like 12 or 15 bucks. And I was like, well, the DVD brand new at Walmart's close to that. I was like, it's used, but let me go and check it out. And boy, did I fuck up. I watched that shit at night, not thinking it was going to be much. Yeah, let's say I slept with all the fucking lights on. That movie, if you guys have not seen, just the location, the house alone they choose is just creepy as shit. And to me, I have an open mind, so anything has to do with possessions, demonic activity like the original Exorcist, that shit trips me up. So the original Conjuring, you guys got to see it, and it's based on actual events. So you guys really need to check that out if you haven't. I would not watch it at night, though. Some people aren't bothered by it, but, bite me. It bothers me. I can watch Freddy Krueger, Chucky, Jason, Halloween. I can watch all those, Hellraiser. I can watch those and go right to bed. It won't bother me. But there are some movies, and this is on the top, probably top 3, if not the number 1, of one of the most scariest movies I've ever seen, and it still gets to me. But they go and investigate because there's crazy shit happening on this farmland, and it's creepy. It's scary. Let's see. Like I said, I'm going to be brief. 2, I saw in theater. I was very impressed with 2. 2 wasn't as scary as 1, and I'm okay with that. I don't like movies that have jump scare after jump scare after jump scare. This one had quite a few jump scares, and I have nothing against James Wan. Some of the movies he's made I don't like, but The Conjuring and all those tied in are excellent. So the second one, instead of being a haunted mansion that looks like a farmhouse on a pond or whatever, this one actually takes place in London. And it looks like it's part of like a duplex or a townhome. But anyway, excuse me. The second one, you guys just got to see it. I don't want to give away too much. I know I said this is a spoiler alert. I don't want to give away too much. I'll be talking a lot more about the one I just saw today, the newest one, and then what I think of all the films. Second one, I have to admit, there were a few complete CGI scenes that were supposed to be scary, but to me they're almost like funny. And I can't get out of head the crooked man that's one of the demons in this movie. It reminds me so much of Jack the Skeleton from Night Before Christmas. But you really feel for the Warrens. You really feel for them. And I feel like I'm there with them, and they're here to protect me and his family, and like I'm really into it. Yes, The Conjuring 2. I rewatched it 2 days ago. I watched The Conjuring and Conjuring 2 before I saw this one. I watched The Conjuring 2 early afternoon, and I had that volume for 1 and 2. I had the volume so low on my surround sound, like you couldn't hear shit. And I had the subtitles on, and it's just that creepy. But I do love the films. But they go and they help out this family that's, dealing with other weird shit happening there. And I love the opening, because the opening in part 2, again, spoilers, it actually shows them in the fucking Amityville house. And I'm like, about time. We got the Warrens going to the Amityville horror house. That's what's up. You know this shit's going to be good, even though if the movies did not investigate in the house. That shit was awesome. So, 1 and 2 I loved. 3, The Devil Made Me Do It, was okay. I saw it in theater one time and that was it. And I'm like, you know what? It's okay. The trailer made it look a lot more scary than it was. It was okay. I can't even remember that much about the story except for a guy that went crazy or saw some shit and left the house. And I remember a scene with him in the hospital. Like, I don't even remember much of the movie. I just don't. Maybe I blocked it out. It just wasn't that. It was okay. It was okay. But I do not own it. I do not own it out of the quadrilogy. And I'm okay with that. Now, for what you guys are waiting on, I know you are, on my opinion on The Last Rites. I saw it today. Very good. Definitely like it better than 3. But to me, Conjuring 1 and 2 are still better and a lot more scary. This one, I wasn't crazy about the story. It was like they were all focused on their daughter, Judy. Nothing against her, but to me, alright, why are we going back to her? Okay, yes, she has visions now, but in the very first one, she saw an animal doll. And then in Conjuring 2, she was in her mom's dream and saw the nun in their house. I'm like, so why is this whole focus about her? I mean, I don't know if they were running out of ideas or they just really, really wanted the focus to be on her, obviously. But that was a disappointment to me. It seemed like the whole movie was just the daughter. The daughter. I did not care for the pastor's suicide. I was hoping he'd lived, but he did not. Overall, I probably jumped about 6 or 7 times today in the theater. But I kind of cheated. I read the full plot on Google and I watched 2 different trailers. So there was some scenes I'm like, okay, yeah, this is about to happen. Okay, yeah, she touches that mirror, this shit's going to happen. I was trying to prepare myself. But I'll tell you guys, the thing that still bothers me, and if you guys are one of these parents that do this, it's your life, okay? I'm against this. I do not think you should take fucking 2 and 3-year-olds to go see this shit. And I saw it today. I saw several couples taking their children, the age of, it couldn't have been past 5, between 2 and 5, to go see this shit. I don't know why. I was raised with very strict parents. I personally would never do that shit. That's just me. And I hope you guys don't do that. So, for those of you that have never seen them, I would check out the Conjuring movies. I would do it in the daytime, though, or at least have somebody watch it with you, because that shit still trips me up. I try my best not to think about that crap before I go to sleep. I mean, I watched 1 and 2 over the weekend, like I said, early in the afternoon, kind of like a double feature, and then I watched a bunch of my TV show Scrubs, and it still couldn't get out of my mind. And I slept like shit that night, even with the lights on. So, that is my opinion. This movie, The Conjuring Last Rites, very good. I really like how they ended it. Oh, I will say this, guys. I love at the very end of the movie when the Warren's daughter gets married. Yep, spoilers. I thought this was a touching moment. As she's walking down the aisle with her dad, Ed Warren, you see the people that were the victims in the previous Conjuring movies. You see the woman that from the first one, and like 1 or 2 of her daughters. I clearly saw the woman from London in Conjuring 2 and some of her fan members, and I'm like, okay, that's what's up. And I guess they were there out of respect or whatever. But I thought that was cool. So anyway, you guys should check it out if you haven't. Watch the Conjuring movies, and I would watch them in order if I were you. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Some scary shit, guys. Alright, you've been great as usual. And I am and always will be the Movie Nerd 85, and I will talk with you guys later. So, peace.